Hi, this is Dennis Hawkins of Dennis Hawkins Online, aka Dennis in Japan, also known as Grandpa. This is BCC, Bitcoin Coaching. Today is Lesson 3, Buy, Watch, and Sell. Bitcoin, when to buy, when to watch, when to sell. Later, come back here and click on this. You'll see an article that talks about trend lines. What I'm suggesting today in this video is that you study, and, very often, trend lines. Here's an example of the 3 peaks that the Bitcoin price will move through consistently. When the Bitcoin price is flat, you don't hear anyone talking about it. Everyone is silent. When the Bitcoin starts to move up to the first peak, you'll hear chatter in the Bitcoin newsletters. As the Bitcoin moves up to the second peak, the closed Facebook groups will start discussing this in their post or in private messages to each other. As the Bitcoin price moves up to the third peak, this is when your main media gets very excited and they over-promote Bitcoin, saying it's going to double, it's going to triple. This is where your novice, your beginners, start to come in and buy Bitcoin at the highest price, believing Bitcoin is going to double or triple. This is why so many people tend to lose money when they buy high. Let's go look at the example of when it's the best time to buy, best time to watch, and the best time to sell. So we're talking about trend lines. There are a few different kinds of trend lines. I would like to reiterate that you study, and very often many different kinds of timelines. This is an example of a bottom timeline. Now, not too many investors will all agree on where to place this bottom timeline. Therefore, study many different investors and study many different timelines that they make. Now, generally, again, here's the first peak, the second peak, and the third peak. Now, personally, I never buy at the top of the peak, and I do not buy at the bottom. The reason is there's no supply. There are not that many people who want to sell, okay? And there's not that many people who want to buy when you get to the peak or the very bottom of the trend. I always buy in the middle, okay, between the 2 peaks. I buy right in here, then I watch it, okay, to go to the second peak, and then when it reaches this area, remember, this is where the main media starts talking about Bitcoin is going to double and triple. When I see the first story in the main media, I know this is just beginning. When I start seeing a story or 2 stories every day, I know we're heading up towards this area here. When you start hearing about Bitcoin almost every hour on every channel, on every radio program, in all the newspapers, that's when it's peaked out. Okay? It's soon going to drop after that. So either you buy just before it reaches the top, just as the media starts talking about it, or a little bit after it starts coming down. Okay? Again, you don't wait till it gets all the way to the very bottom before you buy again. Okay? It's going to go down a little bit, and it's going to start coming up a little bit. That's where I buy, right in there. And then I just follow the same pattern again. I keep watching it until it hits that second peak, Then when it gets towards the third peak, that's when I'm interested in selling it again. Okay, you can read this information here by pausing the video, right? Have a look through here. Okay. Now let's move over to the summary of today's third lesson. The main points to remember are: there are always 3 peaks. Buy or sell between peaks. Never buy at the top of a peak. Never sell at the bottom of a trend. Following this slide, you'll find my contact details for Facebook, Skype, and my email. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing your questions, or just starting a dialogue about this information you saw here in Lesson 3 today.